bishops of same color. Let me clear this board. Then I'm just going to put some pawns here. I'm going to put some pawns here. And I'm going to put some pawns here and here. And I'm going to give us some bishops, a black bishop here and a bishop there. We need kings, right? We can't play without kings. So put a king here and another king right there. And I set that position, guys. So I want to ask you this question, everybody. Who is better in that position? Type it in chat, guys. Type in chat. Is anybody better? Same number of pawns, just one bishop.
Chat is disabled.
Dennis, please enable chat. Can you guys chat?
Yes, we can now.
All right. Please type who's better.
Class imeanza.
White, black, white. Yeah, keep going, guys. White is better, black is better. All right. So this is a principle I want to teach you guys. It doesn't matter who stand. Just look at the position. Sometimes it looks so nice to put your pawns where your bishop can defend them, right? That looks very nice. But that's such a serious mistake, guys. It's such a serious mistake. What you want to do is put your pawns in the square opposite, in this kind of ending, where you have the same color of bishops, only in this kind of situation. You don't want to put the pawns in the color of your bishop because they block your bishop, right? Second thing, so your bishop can't move much. Second thing is, black can never attack these pawns. White can never attack black's pawns. These pawns can't be attacked by this bishop, never, okay? But these pawns can be easily attacked, like this. You can see, and not just this one, all of them can be easily attacked. So you really want to be extremely careful not to put your bishop pawns on the same color as your bishop. This problem alone is enough to put white in a difficult position, okay? This is maybe still a bit tricky to win, but you have to be super, super careful. It's not an easy position, and white is actually at risk of losing this position. Let me see what the engine says here. Completely lost, -4, -5. All right? Even if they play bishop to c1 because they're playing the stop that pawn, the king just comes in. And these pawns will be attacked. I'll even bring my king all the way here, then bring my bishop down, okay? Then bring my bishop here after my king is defending. And the only reason why white is losing this game is because their pawns are on the same color as their bishop. In the same color bishop ending, don't put your pawns on the same color of your bishop. This becomes a very bad bishop. This becomes a very good bishop. The reason is your king, you cannot attack your opponent's pawns with your bishop. They can attack your pawns. So all the questions will revolve around your own pawns. Conversely, you want to block your opponent's pawns on the same color as their bishop, all right? I've won many games by there like this. It's a very simple strategy, works like magic. An opponent wonders, hey, we were equal, what happened? It's very simple. They simply moved their pawns to the same color as their bishop and lost the game. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Great. So the next thing that I want to take us to, again, on bishops of the same color, all right? This kind of ending. Here we only have one pawn, and we look at a couple of games where there's only one pawn left in that position. And I'll ask you guys this one question. Who's better in this position? Obviously white. Okay, let me ask a better question. Is white winning? Or is it a draw? Draw, winning, draw, winning. White is winning. How is white winning? How does white win? Because you see, if white plays this move, all black has to do is to trade, and you can never checkmate with the bishop and the king alone, right? But Davidson says you play the move bishop f3, and I agree. What your plan is, you want to kick this bishop out of this diagonal so that the pawn can promote safely. So let's say, if, for example, I play here, okay, what move do you play, guys? The guys were saying it's a win. What move do you play? Bishop c6. Yeah. Takes. Bring my king here. What move? d7, correct. Remember that if these kings are in opposition and you play d7, it's a draw. But if they're not in opposition, d7 wins. All right? Remember from our first lesson, we looked at that kind of move. So even if they don't play here to allow the check, and let's say they play here, what move do you play, guys? Once again, bishop to c6. All right? They try and run away. Too late. Sorry, we move our pawn forward. And when you come in, too late. All right? So that's the very simple winning idea. Just bring a bishop back, okay? And bring it here. And that is sufficient to win. All right? Because this king is on the wrong side, on that side. But, guys, there's a nice technique for drawing this kind of a position. All right? And this is one that I want you guys to remember, this position. This position is called, is it backward opposition or, let me see if I can remember the name. It's an interesting name, a rear opposition. It's called rear opposition. So this pawn is going this way, all right? Black is a pawn down. Obviously, white is better, all right? Which I think we can all see. Unfortunately, white can't just move the pawn forward. If they move the pawn forward, bishop takes, easy draw. They can call the arbiter, game over. So what white needs to try and do is to bring the bishop here, first move, okay? And of course, this bishop can't stay in that diagonal. They have to move away. And where does black play if black is trying to draw this position? Where should black play? Guys, tell me in chat. Where should black play? There are two possibilities. Bishop g2, bishop f1 where? Okay, the safer move is bishop f1, okay? The reason is now this bishop has to move away for the pawn to move, right? And let's say, for example, I move here, so your bishop can't come back to this same square, but now the bishop can come out to this square, and you still can't move the pawn, all right? And if the bishop comes back, let's say this side, to try and attack your bishop, then your bishop just goes back. And there's no way to force this pawn through in this kind of a position, all right? This is called back opposition. And what you're doing is, these two kings are in opposition, right? You're attacking this pawn, and this king is in front, this is behind. It's called rear opposition. And this position is enough to draw. All you have to do is to get this rear opposition, and this becomes your blockading square. The pawn is not able to move, it's blockaded. All right? Rear opposition. There's an exception. So this bishop is playing on this diagonal, which has one, okay, from this square, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And also, it can come to this diagonal, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So there's a long diagonal here, 6 squares, another long diagonal here, 5 squares. That's important because the next example is this one here. All right? Tell me, guys, does black have rear opposition in this position? Yes, I see Jen says yes, 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 yes. Exactly. The two kings are in opposition. Black is attacking this pawn, and you're absolutely right, they have rear opposition. However, there's a small problem. The problem is that this diagonal is only 3 squares. Can you see? This bishop wants to play on this diagonal to stop this pawn, and when it's chased from this diagonal, it has to come to this other diagonal. But this diagonal is very short. It has only 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. This one is very long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? These are the diagonals where this pawn can be stopped. On this diagonal and on this diagonal. When the diagonal is less than 4 squares, white can win, and white can win very easily because the bishop doesn't have space to move along on this diagonal. So let me show you how. The first move, of course, is bring your bishop down all the way to c8. What's your plan? You want to bring it here, right? Okay, let's say black waits. Let's wait like this. And now you bring your bishop here. Okay. Can you see that? Where can they play? Where can black play? Let's make it movable. Let's say, yeah. Where can black play? Bishop, where can black play from this position, guys? Let's make it, let me give it this square so that it's ready to come out this way. Okay, and now let's play a move like this. Where can black play to stop the pawn? Bishop a6, that's correct, because you don't want this pawn to move. And now, let's say, for example, I just move my bishop here, waiting move. No, that's the wrong move. That's the wrong move. Sorry, guys. Here, because this is the only other place you can go to. Yeah, where do you play now? I'm blocking that square. You can't go there. I'm blocking this square. My king will take. Your king can't move back because I take your bishop. And if you move your king here, I always have this check. I always have this check. And when you move back, I take your bishop. Okay? So after I've played this move, not here, black wishes they had a 4th square to go to here, but they don't have. 3 squares is not enough. All right, in the 4th square, this kind of position. Let me go back a little bit again and show you. So the first idea always, you want to kick out this bishop from this diagonal. So we go to c8. Okay, let's say black waits even here. You attack the bishop, it must leave the diagonal. It wants to come let's say, to stop us in this diagonal. So let's say they play here even. Okay, we'll play, let's say, a move like bishop to f3. We want to give ourselves chances. Don't play here. This is a very bad move because the bishop doesn't have places to go to. You need to be able to go to other diagonals. So this is good, and this is good. Okay. So now, if they play here, where they're stopping us from moving forward, we can now play here. All right. It's very simple. Actually, that doesn't work perfectly, I think. There's a bit of an error because I'm seeing they could play here. And if we play this move, they play here. And when we play here, it's one. Okay, it's one. Because now they have to move their king or move their bishop. If they come back, take the bishop. And don't make the mistake of taking the bishop here, guys, because they take your pawn and it's a draw. Yeah, so it's still winning. So either way, the idea is that this bishop doesn't have enough squares. Just we defend our pawn because this is our queen. No point giving up a queen for a bishop, right? And now if they play here, we take it. If they play here, we take it. That's why you brought our bishop to that square. And if they move their king away, they can't play here, it's a check. They can't play here, can't play here. They have to free our pawn. We take the bishop. And if the bishop moves away, let's say away from this diagonal to be safe, even attacking our bishop, we can make a queen, but even better, we can still take it and queen thereafter. All right, Hera later. Thank you. My daughter is bringing me good food. So yeah, I hope that is very clear. So when the squares are fewer than 3, fewer than 4, there are many winning chances, and you bring your king to the short side. All right, guys? I hope you've understood what it is that we're explaining there. This is a very interesting move, a position. We can see there's a short diagonal here, 3 squares, and a long diagonal here, 3 squares. All right, this is a blockading square. Guys, if you're white in this position, what move do you play? It's check. Black has checked white. You can see this check. So white has to play. Tell me the move, guys. What move do you think it should be? Someone says G8. The only 2 moves for black, white. E8 and G8. You have to choose one. E8 or G8? Everyone write something. G8. I see G8, G8, G8. Is there a difference between G8 and E8? E8, G8, E8, G8, E8, G8. So one move is a draw, one move is a win. There's a difference. And let me first start by king to E8 here. After king to E8, what if you're black trying to defend this position? What move will you play? If you are black trying to defend this position, what move do you play? After king to E8, black to play. You've been to Coach Victor's class. You know what the move is. What are you setting up? You set up rear opposition. And that is perfectly enough. Draw, not bishop E7. King E6. Remember this position. Rear opposition, this is a complete draw. Okay? You try and chase us away from the diagonal, and we get ready to come back the other side. All right? When you move away, we bring our bishop. And remember, it's not too late. This king can't cross back and correct its mistake. Okay? When you come back, you simply come back this way and you try and get out this side. Remember, real position is perfectly enough to draw this position. All right. So the time when the 3 squares are not enough is when your king is close to those 3 squares. So the winning idea here, guys, at this check, you have to give play king g8 because you've attended my class and give yourself a double exclamation mark. All right? Very good move. Now, what can the opponent play? This is my plan, actually. I'm coming here next. And they have to keep their bishop on that diagonal. So whichever move they play, let's say bishop here, we attack you, okay? And you want to get ready to come to this diagonal. So let's say you come here. This is your next move, all right? I move my bishop out of the way, and you bring your bishop here, all right? And now I just move my bishop back 1 step, right here. Because you have to play something, right? Did I ever miss something there? Let me see. King here. No. Actually, a better move is this. Yeah. Wait a minute, guys. There's something I'm missing here. Let's see. This. Let me just see. Bishop f4, bishop b4, bishop h6, bishop c3. Yeah, okay. Where was I? Yeah, because this is just an easy. I'm trying to understand where I was. So this move, this move, play here, bishop back, stop this, here, yes, and this move is sufficient. Okay, let me explain what I'm looking at, guys, so that we can be together. And yeah, the king goes to the short side. The plan is very simple. Black has to stay on that diagonal. We try and chase them away from that diagonal, but they come to the next diagonal. They want to bring the bishop here so that they can always stop us. We get away because we want to queen. Black has to stop that queen by bringing the bishop back here. They want to make a queen. Okay, here we can either check or just do a waiting move. Okay, and let's say they play here, which is another line. Just bring your bishop back this way. The plan is very simple. You want to bring your bishop here, and that win, we've seen it before. And they can't come back here because the bishop is covering. If they come, say here, bishop comes in. If you move away, I make a queen. And if you don't move away and take my bishop, I take back as well and make a queen. All right, so this is why they play back this way. But now I play this move. And this move is, can I say, equally important because they have 2 options, move the bishop or move the king. Moving here doesn't work. I just pick it. Moving to f8 doesn't work. The king just picks it. And if they can't move the bishop to those 2 diagonals, if they move anywhere along this diagonal, we just make a queen, except if they play here, where I take the bishop first and queen next, rich man rules. And if they play the king anywhere, it can't be here, it can't be there. It's either here or here or here. Let's play this. Bishop comes blocking off that bishop, okay? So remember this, guys, from this position, it's a check. There's a short diagonal. You need your king to help your bishop move to the short diagonal and you're winning in that position. Double exclam is pretty good. All right. I think that is the much I want to explain. There is something called frontal opposition, but that you're going to study by yourselves, guys, here when you have some time. All right. So remember the rear opposition, this position here, where this pawn is stopped. And by the way, it can happen even when this king is back here and the other king is up here. You can stop this pawn anywhere as long as you get your real position. And the next square is a win. Something else to tell you guys, if, for example, this king ever got in front of the pawn on a square that is not controlled, I think the best way to explain that is with this. So let's say, for example, this king somehow got to this square. It's always a draw. Okay, right now it can't teleport, and this king is here. But if the king can get in front of your pawn on a square that is not the same color as the bishop, this bishop is light squared, so I need to get to a dark square in front of this pawn, it's always a draw, because you cannot force the king to move out, and I lose tempi just by moving my bishop back and forth, right? Same colored square bishops. One thing, don't put your pawns on the same color as your bishop. That's number one. Number two, remember rear opposition. Number three, what you're trying to do is to bring your bishop to the same diagonal, kick this guy out, try and push your pawn. Number four, remember that if the diagonal is shorter than 4 squares, then there's a possibility of winning. You bring your king to the short side, and actually you can force a win if you're successful. And remember that if the king is in front of the pawn on a square opposite the color of that bishop, then that's a draw. You don't need to calculate anything else. All right. Now, next question, guys. If we have opposite colored bishops, is it a draw or a win? For the opponent with the extra pawn, is it a draw or a win? Draw, draw, win, draw, win. If it's one pawn, it's obviously drawn, right? Because one pawn, that one you're just going to pick it. So let me just set it up in a position like this and clear this board. Clear board, put some kings on the board somewhere. Put a pawn here, put a bishop here, and another bishop, let's say here. Okay, and a king. Maybe even let's put the king out of place like this and make it white to move. Okay, so in this position, white has to move this pawn like here, then queen. But this is a draw. It's a draw because the bishop can just come and relax here. So white moves, bishop comes here. Sorry, infinite analysis. Bishop comes here and you control that square and you just wait. Okay, wherever they play, just relax. Play away somewhere else, just relax. They play, just relax. Because at some point they have to queen, and the moment the queen, you just take it, and that's a draw. Okay? Because bishop will never queen. So just make sure your bishop is ready to pick that last pawn, and the game is drawn. All right? So that's pretty straightforward. But when you have more than one pawn, then it's not as easy. All right? And this is the first position that we want to look at. Now, when you have 2 pawns on the 6th rank against this bishop, it's what can I say? It's almost always a win, but you have to know how to win. The technique is very simple. The first thing is you're going to outflank, you're going to do outflanking, but you must first ask the king to make a decision where they're going to move to. And I want us to look at a couple of things. How do you think white wins this position, or what moves must you not play in this position if you're white? What moves must you not play? First, let me tell you white is winning. So there's no depends here. White is winning. White to play and white is winning. And even if it was black to play, white would still be winning. Put in chat, what move must you not play? E7, yes. E7 is very bad because the bishop just takes, and takes again. All right? That's a very bad move, all right? Which other move can you not play? F7, correct. Why can't you play F7? Because when you're defending against opposite colored bishops, what you want is to make sure that you have two pieces controlling this square, and this is a draw. Even if you bring your king, I check you. Even if I move away, you bring your king back, I can still move away, and you can't push here because I'll always take. And this is just a draw, all right? So you don't want to, this check looks very nice, but this no, also don't want to do this, okay? Because then they just takes again. You have seen that already. So the secret to winning is first and foremost ask this king, which side do you want to go to, okay? And that's the move that you're looking at. And the king will decide which side they want to go to. If they go to this side, whichever side they go to, you will do what is called outflanking, all right? And outflanking is you go to the opposite side of where the king has gone, all right? So in this case, do you come here, which is a natural move? No. In fact, after king to d8, now you go to the other side, okay? And your plan is very simple. You want to bring this king here. That when you push e7, they can sacrifice the bishop for one pawn, but they can't capture the other pawn. And there's nothing they can do about it, right? If the king moves away, now you can push automatically. And they're queening by force. All right, so let's follow it up. After b5 check, you just go ahead and let's say king to d8, king there, check, and even you check the king, ask it where it wants to go, then you outflank. From this check, they can also go the other side. If they go to king to f8, guys, what move do you play as white? What's the move for white? Put it in chat. Abode is asking, can you outflank before you check? No, you cannot, because black has to choose a side. If you try outflanking first, I come this side, then black comes the same side you're coming. So that outflanking doesn't really work. So you ask him first to choose a side, okay? They go this way. Now you see they're blocked, they can't come back, they can't change their mind, now you come this other side. They can never cross. If they move away, I can move my pawn forward, all right? So this technique is super effective. So you check first. And if they check and they go the other side, of course, you just come this way. They want to keep the bishop on the same diagonal. Let's play this. Even if they came here, you can still play check, go back, then you come here, and bishop moves, this check. They take one time, but they can take again. All right? I hope that is useful. All right? So that is how you win this kind of opposite colored bishop endgame position. It's always winning. Always, always winning. All right? Hmm. Let's, yeah. So in a situation where these pawns are further back, having your pieces like this is enough to draw. Let's say this pawn was on the 5th rank, because now this bishop would go back. But in this position also, king moves and the king moves away. And now the king can't come back. Mate can't keep an attack on this square. It has to go back either here, then this wins. But if it's moving to this square, this square, this square, this square. But in this instance, because the pawn's on the 6th rank, this is not enough. And white is winning as well in that position. All right. Now, I'm sure you all know that rook's pawns and knight pawns are generally exceptions. So this position that we put on the board, white has 2 pawns as well. Is it a win? Is it a draw? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Draw, draw, draw. I can see lots of draws. Okay. Let me ask this question. It's a check, right? You can see the check, right? Where would you play as black if it's your turn to play? How do you draw? King f8, king f8, king f8. Okay. You see, the normal winning idea is if I move to h8, white goes the other side and that flanks the same way, right? And if I move to f8, white is supposed to go this side. But there's no board this side. So really that gives you an idea that this is probably where you should go because white can't go round. All right? First, I'll show you what happens if you make this mistake of going to the corner. Because now it looks like you're going to stop the pawns, but this is a serious blunder, guys. Because now the same idea works. Okay? You can only move your bishop, I think. Okay, you can come in, I'll still check you. Not even there. Actually, I play here right away. Okay? What move can you play in this position? Yeah? What move?
Okay, bro.
Bishop here. But this is super easy. There's nothing even to calculate here. Because it's check, check, and mate. There. All right? So that mating technique is just very simple. So the correct move for black to draw is actually to play king to f8. Okay? Now you can't go the other side. So what can you do? You have to try the usual come the king this side. But now black just waits with the bishop because you cannot move this pawn. If you move this pawn, they'll always take it. All right? And that's a draw. Can you see? You just wait. You can't force me out of this square. It's a dark square. You can't check me on that square. So I'll just wait. And if you move this pawn forward, this is what you are waiting for the whole time. I can just bring my king back. Okay? In fact, no need for the king. I can even just bring my, my bishop back. And life is good. Okay? And anytime you move the pawn forward, I'll always just take it and fold. All right? So remember this exception for the rook pawn, and remember that your king must come after this check. Your king must come here. So if you're white, of course, you still check because someone is going to go to the corner hoping for a stalemate and hoping to stop those pawns. That's the natural move. And it's a wrong move. The correct move is to play here because now the king can only win by going round and there's no round to go to in this position. Correct, guys? Let's keep moving to this other position. All right. Now we have moved the pawns 2 steps back. All right. What do you think, guys? Is it a draw? Is it a win? Draw, 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 win, draw, draw, draw. Keep going, guys. Okay. So there are two checks. This check is a draw. This check is a win. Okay. We'll see the technique here. And then we look at situations where this bishop is on the correct square. Okay. So let's say king to d7. And again, you bring your king the opposite side. It's very simple. Okay. And if the king, yeah, they keep waiting, move your king closer, check, bring the king closer, and you're ready to push. Okay. And here you're going to create 2 pawns on the 6th rank, and you're good to go. All right, let me explain that again. Very simple. You want to check on this side, and we'll see the difference shortly. Check, controlling most of the squares. Okay. And if the king goes the other side, same thing, just outflank. Check. And you already have this position which you know how to win from. Okay. But let's look at the difference. If, say, for example, you check from this other side. Okay. A bishop there. All right. Here, there's only one move. The king goes that side. And now the difference is that these diagonals are not as controlled. Actually, this square is free for the king to move to. So you'll see what happens. The king has gone to the king side. We go to the queen side. This is the normal maneuver. This pawn is now attacked. Okay. And there is no way to defend it. And that's the main difference. And if you move this pawn forward, then the king can come up, attacking this pawn once again, which is not possible. Let's say if this bishop were here, okay, it doesn't work. So let me give, how can I give this example? Let's say check, king here. This is not the correct, this is, yeah, let's play here. And now if you attack me in this position, I can check you and the king can't come up, okay? You have to go down and this pawn moves. Very important difference, guys, to know that you need your bishop to control this square even when the pawn moves. So if you check on this side, completely drawn because the king comes this way. And if you try this move, now it's too late. This pawn is attacked. You can't defend it to the king. If you move it forward, then you already have the light square blockade, and this blockade can't be broken. All right. And if you check, then the king comes to f6, and this pawn is lost. And the moment one of these pawns falls, that's the end of the story. Even if you push this one step, bishop comes back, and this is a draw already because you're being blockaded. There's no way to break this blockade. You can come and defend your pawn, no problem. There's no way you can queen. Because the moment you leave to go and make this pawn queen, I'll pick this guy, and then it's a single pawn. You understand? I hope that is very clear, guys. So very important to know that this position, you are winning. You're winning in this position, but you have to make the correct check, which is bishop d4. So you control this square as well. The way for black to draw is to bring the bishop to this diagonal. Remember, we said if these pawns are already in the they're already in the 6th rank, then it doesn't matter. But if the pawns are back to the 5th rank, then the bishop on this diagonal is good enough for you to draw. So let's see exactly in this position. All we've done between this position and this position, we have just moved this bishop from here to here. I hope, Darren, I've explained what was wrong with the other side. And the main idea is that this bishop is controlling, that is attacking that pawn every single time. So the first thing you can see is the king can't move away because this falls. All right? But if we try, let's say, the exact same maneuver, let's say, how does this work? Let me pick bishop check, okay? The king comes closer, and what the king is trying to do, it keeps the bishop open. You still can play here. Pick. So what else? Just keep your king tight. And now I'm already stuck because I can't move my king to the opposite side. Just take a pawn. Okay. And I can't do, even if I do a waiting move, there's nothing because you also have a waiting move here, bishop. Okay. And I still can't move this pawn. We take it. And if I move this pawn, you get your blockade. Okay. Let's compare these guys with the position when the pawn's on the 6th rank and the bishop was on the correct diagonal here. And we realize it still doesn't work because we check you. There's only one move and I play here. Okay. Now you don't have a waiting move, which is bishop back here, bishop here. You have to move the bishop out of this diagonal or the king out of here. Whatever you play, that wins. We go back to the bishop in the right diagonal, but one file ahead. And now we can try the same check. King goes here, and we try the same move, but now there's a nice waiting move here. Okay. And let's say I play here. Okay, you can see. I play forward, bishop back. That's it. And there's nothing I can do about it. Remember that I can't come this other side to try and outflank, because if I come here, let's say, if I come this side, nothing to think about, I just take the pawn. All right. Nigel is asking for a tournament. I don't give tournaments, guys. I give lessons. Tournaments you can play any day. The main thing is for you to learn some of the basic endgames. So remember, guys, that in this position, even though there are 2 pawns, if you can place your bishop on this diagonal, it's enough when the pawns are on the 5th rank, enough to draw. All right? Is there a technique that I need to teach? A very special pair of pawns? Yeah, the rest you can read up on. I think I'll just leave it at that level. Everything else is, oh, there's this very nice, this is, there's a nice idea here. The pawns are split, okay? But the pawns being split really doesn't change anything. So what you want to do is king is, which bishop must you stop? Which pawn, which pawn, which pawn, which pawn, which pawn? Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. There's a rule here that I'm trying to remember how to place it. So, okay. The main thing is, it's your king and bishop will always defend this square, and your king should be the one defending this square. So where the king is, you need to defend as the bishop and the king. So bishop and king should defend this square, and the square next to the king, bishop and king should defend it. That means your bishop just needs to stay on this diagonal. That's it. Okay. If they play, let's say bishop moves away. If they play here, you always take it. And even if they check here, you take this pawn, sacrificing your bishop, and the game is a draw. So I think this is fairly easy. It's not complicated. Just know that this is a drawn position. Just want to put your bishop flanking there, and the bishop stays on this diagonal. If the king tries to go around for whatever reason, still a draw. I don't think there's anything that can be done. In this position, it's It's still a draw. All right. That is straightforward. We've seen that actually. Let's see another move. Yeah, the king tries to go around.
Coach Victor.
Yeah. Then now, yeah.
If you'll allow me for only 2 minutes to have attendance for today's class.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, guys. So that we just a minute on. So I'll call out your name. You just unmute your mic and then say present, and then you continue muting your mic. It's an exercise that will just barely take about a minute or so. So I'll start in no particular order. Jean Pins. Jean Pins.
Present.
Okay. We go to Timothy.
Present.
That's Timothy Maina.
Oh.
Timothy Maina. We have 2 Timothys. Jenna Ward. Muthoni Baraka Jackson. Eli Mugo. James Wakabi.
Present.
Okay, James Wakabi. Jeremy Mburu. Arthur Ngaho.
Present.
John Carson.
Present.
Victor Emmanuel. Jason Degadenga. Sarafina Bendera. Shalin Joki.
Present.
That's Shalin.
Yes.
Okay. Neema Kihali. Neema Kihali. Okay. Darian Kigen. Darren Muitumi.
Present.
That's Kigen, eh? Okay. Muitumi. Okay. We go to Banderi.
You.
Sorry? Dihan Banderi. Lee Imani. Duke Miguta. Eli.
Present. Some present.
That's Duke. Eli Nyenjeri. We go to Hussein Silim. Ryan Mutinda. Alia Mackenzie.
Present.
Okay. Alia Mackenzie. Zawadi Mugo.
Present.
Mnaka. Talia. Okay. Blessing. Angela Kendi. Elia Wegesa. Angela Kendi, Elia Wegesa. If you hear your name and you are unable to mute, you can also write on the chat. I'll follow up. Alfred Muihuti, Shem Gugi. Okay.
Present.
Alfred
Present.
and Shem. Maxwell. I've seen you, Maxwell. Hezak.
Present.
Jesse Yator. Matthew Munene. Nicola. Matthew is okay. Nicola.
Present.
Robina. Nigel. I've seen
Present.
Nigel. Gavin.
Oh, present. Gavin.
Christopher.
Present.
Manuel. Moine.
Present.
Okay.
Present.
Kahil. Okay. Rose. Mnaka. One more time. Okay. We go to Errol.
Present.
This one should be pretty fast because these are now the seniors. Danson Ryan. Wanjiro Wanjiku, sorry. Samuel Wanjala Ohisa.
Present.
Luke Nganga. Andy, I've seen you. Joff. That's Luke. Okay. We continue. Adriel Baraka.
Present.
Britalisa Amanda.
Present.
Patience. Iris. Nigel. Fabius.
Present.
That's Fabius, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Audrey, I've seen you.
Is it
Ted
not
Wahome.
Fabius?
Present.
Dylan Wema.
Present.
Jada.
Present.
Kaloki Hawi. We go to Nathaniel Manyeki.
Present.
Davidson.
Present.
Cassidy. Cassidy. Okay. Cyprian.
Present.
Wenjo.
Present.
Kaburo. Pantalis.
Present.
Shukri. Genevieve. Apamo.
Present.
Okay. Ihabi. Jason Kimani.
Present.
Timothy.
Present.
And finally, Floyd. Zena. Kagambi Angel.
Present.
Okay,
Present.
that's all, Coach Victor. You may continue. Apologies.
All right, guys, I feel like we should stand up and stretch a little bit. Oh, it's been a long stream, but you only have 10 minutes to go. And I want to cover just two positions. One is this one, and the other one is a much simpler one. Then you can take questions, all right? So feel free to stretch, guys. Get up, let some blood flow somewhere in the body, especially the brain. Then you can, just 30 seconds, then you can proceed, okay? Geoffrey, you've not been called. Geoffrey, okay, fine. Please take note, Geoffrey is present. Maxwell is also present, all right? So you can still see my board, guys. And I want to share this position where white has split pawns. They are split by two files, all right? And when you are split by two files, if you can get your bishop to stop both pawns, bishop and king, to blockade at the same time, that is enough. But you have to be very, very careful, because there's a time the king is supporting the movement of a pawn. Whenever that occurs, you need your king and your bishop to stop that king at the same time. Please mute your mics, guys. Please mute your mics. Mute your mic, please. I don't know who it is who's not muted. Please mute. Okay. So what you want to do is make sure that this pawn can't move, because the king and the bishop are there. So what white can try and do, if you're white in this position, you have to try a very crafty line, which is to bring your king to this other side. So let's say, for example, I play a move like this, and this is already completely losing, because you just defend your pawn. Of course, you don't want to leave it behind by, say, going for this one, because I just picked this pawn, and now this is a draw. We know this draw, one pawn is a draw. But you defend this pawn, and what you're trying to show is that this king can't get back to defend this pawn on time. Perhaps let me explain what black should have done first. If I say, for example, played king here, this king should start coming with me. Because when I play, let's say here, king comes back, I play here, the bishop can now come out, I play here, and your king is right there with me. And once again, bishop is blockading, king is blockading. So this pawn really can't move. So we just keep changing like that. My king follows your king. We get to a point where we stop that square together. But if you make the mistake, say, for example, I move my king forward, and you attack this pawn, which looks very nice and juicy, the game is lost. Because now you can't get to this square on time, okay? You can't come here, can't come here, can't come here. You can only come here. But now my king comes, and I'm shouldering you. I attack your bishop. You must move somewhere. Or maybe let me give you a bit of activity. And now I push this pawn, and you must pick. So this is the caution I'm giving you guys, and a way to try and win this kind of position. One other way to try it is, let's say I play here. A bit dangerous is to play here, but this is still drawing. Because now this doesn't work, because it blocks the bishop defending this pawn. This king can come in immediately and win this pawn. And if I try the other side, now again, you can stop me with the king, so my king can't cross. When I play this move, now you must count accurately, because I'm coming 1, 2 squares. In fact, this is I'm coming here, then here, attacking your bishop. So now you must play here to control that square. 1, 2, 2. And once again, your king and your bishop are blockading. If you dilly-dally by one move here, and let's say play another move because you're in time pressure, let's say you play a move like this, now again it's lost. Or let's say king moves, I don't know where, maybe there. Now again it's lost, because the king goes to a6, and now you're not in time to defend your bishop, all right? So just remember that idea. When your bishop and your king are blockading along the same diagonal, you just want to make sure that your king is always keeping an eye on the other king, all right? After this move, this looks like such a nice move I'm attacking a pawn, but that's a blunder. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just understand the position. This is drawn. White cannot win without moving the pawns forward. Here, this pawn can't move. Okay? I'm with you, my brother. There we go. You keep moving. Complete draw. Simple chess. It's not about attacking pawns. It's about understanding and playing like a machine. This is exactly how Stockfish should play it. This is why we say you play like Stockfish and you can actually get a good position. All right? The last position, guys, I want to show you is a kind of breakthrough we didn't cover earlier on. It's on position number 92. And please get, if you haven't gotten this book, please get it. Everything that we are going through is in this book, most of it actually. And there's this position here, which I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think? My hand is raised. Why is my hand raised? Okay, fine. Tell me, guys, is white winning? Is white draw? Is black winning? Is black drawing? What's the answer? Is it a draw? Is it a win? I can't see the answers in chat. Christopher says a win, 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 win. Really, guys? Seriously? Can you be serious, guys? Why is everyone saying it's a win? Draw, yes. Someone has said a draw, yes. And then draw, draw. Christopher, draw, draw. Guys, be confident. It's a win, all right? It's a complete win. And how does white win? You push this pawn, all right? It's a breakthrough, okay? And if I pick it, don't get into the habit of picking, guys. What do you play? Tell me. Yeah? What do you play, guys? What's the move?
If you push the pawn, the king will capture.
What's the move?
Can pick because if you move the pawn, you are going to lose that pawn.
You're going to?
To lose the pawn.
So
You first, yes, you push the H pawn.
Yeah, that's the move. Because what you want to do is you want to take note of, if you push like this, if you push, this king catches up. Have you seen? And you really cannot, and you really can't even dilly-dally say the king here, because here you lose the game automatically. This is lost. But brilliant moves. Okay. Now the king is too far. All right. So this is the last position I wanted to show you guys. So trust yourselves. Don't listen to everybody blindly. Okay. It's very easy to lose like this. Completely losing. And it's very easy to give up a draw in this position. And it's actually, if white is not careful, they can actually find themselves in a losing position. All right? Yeah, so, but this is winning. Keep track of these kinds of breakthroughs. So this is the one position I thought it's very important to show you that first and foremost, you play h6, block the other pawn, and then no matter what black plays, this is a win because you're attacking, this goes, right? And please note, because this pawn is still here, the king can come to f6. All right? Someone is typing numbers in chat. That person is Lee Imani Munene, and Lee Imani, that is disruptive. If you do not stop, we will remove you from the class. All right, guys. I think that's the end of the lesson for the day. We'll take a couple of questions, and then we can stop in a minute or so. Any questions, guys? I hope it is. No worries, Lee. No worries. Again, yes, please post in chat, or you can post in chat any question you may have. I hope you've learned something. Thank you, Christophe. Anything, guys? Nikki as well. Thank you, guys. I appreciate. I hope you've learned something that we've studied today, guys. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, any questions, guys?
No.
No question. Let's see. There are a couple of questions.
None.
Someone is writing TYSM coach. Is this? Thank you so much, you guys. And these abbreviations, you've learned a lot. Thank you. But remember that you'll forget if you don't practice. I hope you'll have this book. Keep practicing. I'll tell you guys a secret. Most adult Kenyan players rated below 2,200. Most Kenyan players rated below 2,200 don't know half the things in this book. How many Kenyans are rated above 2,200, guys? How many? Not a single one. That's right. Most Kenyan players don't know half the things in this book. So learn the end game. It will be there for the rest of your life. You're going to be so much better. So advocate for opening preparation, end game knowledge, and these are easy wins. To practice a lot, get better, crush, guys. All right? How did I get all the openings I showed you guys? Nikki is asking. So I've actually built my database over the last, it's like 7 years. So you should also start. What I do is I create and save it as a game. So if I show you what I mean is, let's say, like today I was looking at, I create like new game. And let's say I'm looking at a position. Let me tell you what I was looking at today with somebody, because I don't play E5. Sorry, infinite analysis. This is on chess base. It's a new position. So I'll play E4, E5. And this is correct, by the way. Overwrite. And then let's say I play this. So this person was black. So the person I was teaching was black. And let's say this move there. Picks. Bishop comes back, attacking. This is a scotch. And we were looking at, no, not that line. Let me look at the scotch gambit here. So this, and then they play bishop c4, which we know. This is the best move, guys. Just learn that from me. And then the question I was asked was, what happens if this is played? And there are two moves. There's d5, but the better move that is very simple to learn is just play the knight here, attacking the bishop. Bishop stays on that diagonal. And the one to play here, attacking the knight. Then now they can pick on that square. So we have to get ahead of them and play here first. They still attack us. Then they pick here, attacking our bishop. We pick like this. They take that pawn, attacking our knight. Knight goes here, attacking the bishop. And here my student asked, what if I just move the bishop away, which is like moving the bishop for the third time. And the best move, guys, in this position, according to the engine, is to play here. And it looks like you can sacrifice, it's a pawn you're sacrificing. All these are lines, right? And if I turn on the engine now, you will see that, in fact, white is completely lost. So I've looked at this line just today, so that's why I can remember it. But if I don't save it, I'll forget. So what I do is I go to my file, and I save game as, and I select my opening database, okay? And then I save it as, I give it a name, Scotch Gambit for black, okay? And then I save it here. All right, so now if I go to my database, I'm going to find it's right there. Anyway, let me just show you what it is. You'll see, if I come back to my go to the white systems, and I save as white, right? So I'm going to find Scotch Gambit for black. This is what you have just saved. So this is what I have saved that now. That was the first time you're looking at it. And then in future, I'll come and look at it a different day, and I'll keep looking at improving. So I ask myself, okay, this is how far we got last time. and I ask myself, what if my opponent plays a different move? Let's say here I play. Okay, that's it's glitching. I don't know why. But yeah, so next time, I don't know, it's glitching. One moment, guys. Yeah, double click on this. So let's say, yeah, knight takes this time, bishop comes. So what happens in such a position? Let's say they play here as their move. What is the line? And I studied this one a little bit. I know this is a correct move. Let's say they play the knight c3. So in all these lines, I'll save this as well. Okay, Control save and save it. So I keep building this over time and I've done that for 8 years. And so I have this database. Every time I check what my opponent is playing, I come and check my database. And if I had your memory, I'll be quite fine. All right? So keep building, keep saving the positions, analyze, keep analyzing, turn on the engine, see what the engine is telling you about that position. They say d6 is the correct move. Okay, what move should I consider? This idea, bishop to f4, maybe knight comes out, I'm thinking queen d2, maybe castle, I'm castling queen side, those kinds of positions exist, So there's so much that you can learn from your engine and just get some good ideas in these positions. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So someone says, I didn't even think of saving my games. Please save. That's how you get better. Yeah, so I know half the things. Guys, if I had your memory, I would be rated 2300 because you see I have so much that I've studied, but I don't have your memory. Then you have to study tactics, like tactics every day. That's something you really want to do, okay? Yeah, so can we leave? Yes, you can leave. Please feel free to leave. Guys, you can leave. The meeting is over unless Dennis has something to say. You can leave at your pleasure. And we are closing the meeting in exactly 1 minute. How many variations of Sicilian do you know? I know every one of them. I know every one of the Sicilian. If I play e4, okay, as white, because you're expecting many lines, I pretty much know every line that you can try against the Sicilian. It's 8 years, guys. I always play e4 and I keep practicing. Okay. Can you tell us the app you're using? The app I'm using is called Forward Chess. I've shared with your parents. It works even better on the phone, but you can also look for the web app of it, Forward Chess. Yeah. Yeah, the Sicilian is the most well played, actually. I'm not saying that black is losing. I actually play Sicilian as black. The opening that you want to play is the one you know best. So keep practicing. Let me give you an example of a Sicilian line. I don't know that we have time for that. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. Let me show you databases. Let me give you my openings against some guys. And you can see I have Sicilian Alapin. I have wing gambit against a Sicilian when someone is playing white against me. I have Richter Rauser, Sicilian. I have Alapin. I have Grand Prix. I have Dragon. I have, there's so much. And one of the key people like playing is a Taimanov. I'll show you some nice sacrifices here that opponents don't know exist. Let me see if you can see this. But these are all things. I'm going to show you guys my prep a little bit. So this kind of a line, they can play. You can see they have options: knight c6, knight f6, queen b6, queen c7. I've looked at all of this. Actually, let me give them a6. That's the reason they play it. Knight c6. Very quickly. This is just fast, guys. Don't worry about it. Bishop b4. And look at this nice move, guys. Look at this nice move. Knight a4. Okay? And they can't take my pawn, because if they take my pawn, I take the knight. If they take it back with the queen, I attack the rook first. Rook moves away. And then queen here. And this position is very bad for white. In fact, for black, black is actually losing in this position. And there are many, many sacrifices that come. This is home preparation. How many puzzles do I do in a day? Now I've reduced. Yeah. In the Sicilian would explode. But you have to learn pole pole. You don't learn everything at once. You start learning when you're young and you keep building. It has taken me many years. Same for you. You're still young and you have a good memory. So just consistently get better, get better. You know, you have to move 5, you increase to move 6, then to move 9, then to move 10. And before you know it, you are unbeatable in that line. All right? Great, guys. See you. Keep practicing. All the best. Do your puzzles and practice the end games that we've looked at right now. All right? All the best, guys. Dennis, you
Bye.
can end the meeting. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good
All
night.
the best to those who are playing the league.
My coach.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Guys, you can log out. You can log out, guys. Jenny, you can log out. Nigel, you can log out. Matthew, you can